Hello, everybody. I am realizing right at this moment I forgot to change the thumbnail. So it ended up just being that generic thumbnail I made. So apologies about that. Apologies if you can hear it in my voice a little bit. I was so exhausted. I have just had a crazy long week. And I think the fact that it got really rainy and really hot and humid and everything on Saturday for work, and I didn't go to sleep till like 3:30 in the morning. I don't even know if Craig slept. I feel like I am definitely giving myself coming down with, not coming down. I think I'm like out of it. It was just I didn't feel very good on like Sunday, and so it was. I think I just have some allergies or like a cold or something. It is not COVID though. Thank you. I did my tests. Try to be responsible. Just a little bit of that sort of like I feel the same way in the spring. It's that same thing. It does it to me. So anyway, good to see you all. Good to see you all. Hope everybody had a good week. See, I'm trying to make good on my promises of Monday night live streams. Trying to keep it going somewhere in the 8:30 time frame. I feel like that gives our friends on the West Coast accessible times. And if you're joining us internationally, I apologize because I don't know the time zone changes. I think like in Ireland and or like in London, you're 5 hours ahead, yeah. You're 5 or 6, I think. So I feel like that makes it almost impossible for you to join us. So I do apologize about that. But happy to have everybody here. I was watching my friends' live stream that they're doing right now. I feel bad; they always go live on Monday. My friends Brian and TJ, who, if you watched my video of the Nightmare on Orange, the courtesy Halloween overlay. They're the two that are in that video with me. So some exciting things coming this week. Hopefully, not hopefully. I think tomorrow night I am going to. There's an Alice in Wonderland themed bar in downtown Orlando called High Tea, and I have been invited to go and check out their Christmas overlay that they're doing, and they just posted like pictures of some of the drinks and described like 3 things. And let me tell you, this bar is going to be right up my alley. I feel like, oh, Andrew, hello, back home already in North Carolina. um I just hey, here's the thing, I'd rather be stuffy right now than on Thanksgiving, right? So I'm glad it's all happening now. I just have had like a crazy, I can't believe today is November 13th. Like, can you believe that? Because I feel like Halloween was like yesterday. It feels like it has been nonstop since the day before Halloween. Like um I had my friend that came into town. It was like Halloween day. Well, the last weekend I did all like the Halloween Horror Night stuff, and then Halloween day, and then it was like my friend came into town November 1st through the 4th, and then the 4th I did Halloween Horror Nights all night. And then I can't remember what I did on the 5th, but then it was like then holiday party on the Thursday at Magic Kingdom for work. And on days like that, it's like crazy late because you can be like, oh well, the party only goes till midnight. And yeah, well, I'm at the park and I'm not leaving the park probably because of all the video and stuff we have to do. So I probably don't leave till like 12:30, which means I don't get to my car until at least 1 o'clock, which means I don't get to my apartment until like 1:30 or 2, and then I have to sometimes upload videos or edit things and stuff like that. I'm not complaining. I'm just explaining, but it does sound like I'm in that tone of complaining, so I do apologize for that. But um, and then this last weekend was my Power Rangers convention that happens every year in Orlando. Well, was happening every year in Orlando. I don't know if it's happening anymore after this year, but it's called Ranger Stop, and I went to that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and I had some friends who came into town for that. But then on Saturday we had the first party for Jollywood Nights at Disney's Hollywood Studios. That went till 12:30. I didn't leave, like get in my car until after 1:30. But it was also like raining and wet, and then I drove Craig home, and he lives about 20 minutes from the park, and then so like, but I had to transfer video for him, and then I got home. I didn't go sleep till like almost 4 o'clock, and then I had my Power Ranger thing on Sunday. But it was a lot of fun. The Power Ranger convention was a lot of fun. Not those parties. I mean, the Christmas party at Magic Kingdom was fun. Not Jollywood Nights. There is a video on the Diz Unlimited YouTube channel. If you're wondering about any of that stuff, you can check that out. I it's hard because giving reviews and experiences in the moment and then like having that time to sort of like ruminate on that, sometimes not your opinion changes, but I feel like sometimes I can verbalize the experience a little bit better. So We'll have our live show tomorrow on the Disney Unlimited, the usual like 1 p.m. if anyone wants to tune in and hear about that, because I don't want to talk about that on here. Again, we know we don't do the work stuff on here, but sometimes there's that crisscross applesauce. So so I'm sure we'll talk a little bit more about that. But that was what my friends Brian and TJ were talking about, who I did see at the party as well. And I was just kind of listening to their talking back of their experience through it, and it's interesting to hear them kind of speak about it a little bit more. And then like I've tried to watch through some other people's experiences through the party, and I've seen people who like did have awful experiences, and then like other people who say they have good experience, and then some people, I think people on the internet just want to be like, you set out to hate it, or sometimes they'll be like, well, you're an influencer, and I am not an influencer. I do not use that word to describe myself at all. Um, but I wasn't invited. I was a paying guest at this party, and yeah, like they're like, well, you were there the first night for whatever, and I'm like, well, it's my job. I'm not a regular. I'm not a regular influencer, social media Disney person. I make a salary for what I do. Like somebody pays me externally to go and do what I do. And so like I'm not trying to be mean about it, but a lot of times people will harp on me in some ways about that, and I'll be like, I'm just trying to do my literal job. Like other people are trying to do it for the views and the things and everything like that. And like, yeah, I'm sure those are great, and they spread the brand that you're making the videos for, like their awareness and things. But like for me, I'm like, I'm just trying to do my job the best I can. And I'm trying not to be rude or mean or whatever. But the best part about that party was being able to at least see people I know. Like Denny, I saw that Chrissy in here saying that Denny didn't like it either. Yeah, I saw her and her husband Brian. I always love spending time with them a little bit. And then I saw my friends Brian and TJ. So are like when we were huddling basically away from the rain, that was a nice little highlight for me. So but yeah, it's I will talk more at length about that in my work video and things like that. But my Power Rangers convention was cool. I feel like it would just, normally it's like the first weekend in November, but I think because the dates, like how it fell, was a little weird. But um, I uh, I feel like sometimes it's hard because you're just like, oh, I'm looking forward to this one thing, and like life always gets in the way sometimes. But I was worried because of the party and having to come back and change, but I think I spent a good amount of time there. I think there is one in California in the end of August in 2024 called Power Morphicon, and that's technically like the official Power Rangers convention. And I don't know how many more of these there's going to be because Power Rangers just ended after 30 years of being on television. And so I'm like, I'm going to go to that one for sure. And I think this time, instead of doing like an Airbnb or staying at like a cheaper hotel further away, I think I'm just going to do like the convention hotel and like go all out. Cause I never thought, I remember when they started doing these, like, I don't know, it was maybe more than 15 years ago. Because the one in California happens every 2 years, and I feel like I never, like, I was always like, I'm gonna go someday, I'm gonna go someday, and I think I went to the fifth one, so it would have been 10 years after it started, and then I've gone to one, two. I think I've gone to three, so it's at least been 6 years. Yeah, so I guess I've been doing it for like 16 years. Wow, jeez. Um, but oh, we got the Ampliverse up in here, and they're telling me we're adding this broadcast. I forgot to tell you that the Japanese, I don't know what BL is. I'm watching has a red Sentai Ranger for the lead. Okay. Okay, so here's the thing. I think on the Ampliverse someday, we've been talking about it, is that we're gonna do because I've never watched like the Sentai. I've seen like an episodes here and there randomly and tried to watch it, but my friend RJ, um, he's a dom. My friend RJ, he said he grew up watching one of them, the one about birds that was before Mighty Morphin. I just can't remember it. Jetman, maybe? Live Man? I don't know. So we were talking about we should do we'll pick a random season, and I think we're gonna like watch it all and just be like, let's watch, and then like either compare and contrast or just like talk about the experience of watching this show from like another culture. And I think that would be cool. So yeah, one of these days when I can. Oh, BL equals Asian gay dramas. Oh, I love that. Love that. So But anyway, the California trip, I think I'm gonna do the convention hotel and just be like, is there a suite available? No, I don't think I'll ever be that person because also you're never in the room. But the thing is, when you're at a convention, I think in general, if you're not there with a bunch of friends and you're there to like make friends or your friends are all kind of meeting there, I feel like it's always crazy when you're in the vicinity of where all those like people are staying because like random things will happen. And if you're off property or off site or whatever you want to call it, it's like this weird it's this weird sort of like random things happen and you keep that vibe going. Like my friend was like, yeah, I went out last night and I was out there with like, it was like 17 cast members there and it's like I didn't even know some of these people were on Power Rangers, blah blah, and I was like, man. I mean, it sounded like his experience was incredibly heterosexual, even though he is a homosexual. But I was like, you are out there with the straightest people in that con. But I still was like, it's fun because a couple years ago I got to the experience of like hanging out with the green and yellow Mystic Force Rangers, and they were a lot of fun. Nick Sampson was hilarious, and I went to Universal Studios with them and stuff, and so that was cool. Had dinner with them, and I was like, in my life, when would I ever think I was just a kid watching this stuff, and now here we are. But yeah, so it was a lot of fun, and it was cool, and I got some gloves to hopefully like slowly start to finish my Dino Fury cosplay that I have. And that's what I want to do. I think for PMC in August. So I'll say it now. We can mark it. It's November. It was November 13th, 2022. I am going to do. I want to do a Dino Fury suit or a Cosmic Fury. I'd be open to that. But I have a Dino Fury suit, but I want a better suit. But I have the helmet already for it. Which if you've never seen it, I'll grab it to show people. But I want to do the Ninjetti, the movie ninja suits. Do you remember those? Like the flowy pajama suits? 100%. I want to do one of those, and I think I want to do like a civilian outfit. I was thinking like their Time Force. They used to wear those like I mean they each had their own like outfits, but then they wore their like the Time Force outfit was like this white like zip up cool looking thing, and I'm like I kind of want that. So I really want that. RJ has confirmed it was Jetman that he watched as well. And I did used to work at Hollywood Studios back in the day when they used to come out. I worked at Lights, Motors, Action, and the Power Rangers used to come out for meet and greets on their like crazy car with a big giant lightning bolt right in front of me. So I'd always be like, "Can I be greater? Can I be greater?" Because their car would just blare the music from the show, and I was just like, "Yeah, I love this." And I thought it was so cool watching people like come and meet them, and they would have one ranger. They'd always have 5 rangers, and whenever a new one started, the old one would cycle out, so it would replace whatever. So go as the SPD Doggy Kruger. Somebody was at RangerCon as Doggy Kruger, Ranger Stop as Doggy Kruger, which if you don't know, it's a giant dog. And there were some really cool costumes there. But here's my helmet that I have, and this actually does fit my head. So this is the suit I want to do. This blue Cosmic Fury Ranger. So I just love the design of this helmet. I got this fairly cheap from somebody in Vietnam who was making them, and it definitely feels like I could crush this with my hand, so it feels super fragile. But it was cheap enough, and some of the paint is kind of chipped on the side though for me, like trying it on and things, and so that's the hard part with the helmets. You take a risk, but I feel like if there's anybody out there who knows people who can 3D print, I do have an actual scan of my head because the helmet needs to be like enlarged slightly because it is made for Japanese stunt actor sized heads, and I have essentially 2 of those. So, but yeah. Anyway, I thought it was a lot of fun. And guys, I forgot to tell you the other thing I did this week is I went to a new tiki bar with my friend Tigarette that's in here, and I was gonna share the pictures and videos of it, but because I just got so backed up with everything, I didn't have time to put it together. But I'm gonna talk about that. So I'll talk about that next time. But sorry, I'm sniffing. I hate sniffing. It looks like there's like it's not a paint chip. There's just like a little piece of something stuck to the top of the helmet right here. Don't mind me while I use this lip gloss. Not lip gloss. What's it called? Chapstick. I thought the end of it would get it off, but anyway. Anyway. Okay. Let me look at the chat. I'm just gonna put this back because I don't want to hold this over here the whole time. But yeah. So that's what I'm thinking for that. If we've got any takers who want to be the rest of my team for the ninja suits, I mean, I'll have friends out there, but I don't know. Sometimes it's like we were gonna do it once, and I had ordered the suits during when we were in the lockdown of the pandemic, but the girl basically like 6 months went by and like there was no status on it. Whenever she was like, elastic is hard to get right now, and I was like, you can just refund the money, and she did. Okay, Timothy Wong in here is saying I could be evil Ollie, and I was actually thinking about it. So the gray in his helmet is dark gray for that version of him, but that costume is good. So I did think about doing that. I thought about being the yellow. It was like an RPG game of Power Rangers called Hyperforce, but it's technically within the continuity of the existence of Power Rangers. It wasn't a show; it was like on YouTube. But I like Bulk. The actor Paul Shear was Shear. God, I'm not speaking correctly. Anyway, the guy who played Bulk was in it, and he had a character, and he had a yellow. He was the Yellow Ranger, and it was like a thick Yellow Ranger. It was like a ram's helmet, and I have. Wait a minute. Now I'm thinking. My friend had brought over his 3D print of a helmet he had made for me that was too small, and I thought it was that one. Now I don't think it is. Anyway, I thought about being him because he's a little thicker and I'm a little thicker, and you know what I mean. So, but yeah, John, here's the thing. Here's the thing about doing the ninja costumes from the 1995 Power Rangers movie. It doesn't matter what size you are; those are flowy pajamas, so they're not skin tight. That's what I also love about them. My drink of choice this night is a day-old red Powerade. Ugh. Sorry, I am. Yeah. Anyway, we okay. Sorry, I forgot I said it. I was with Jack was the name of the character. Thank you, Timothy. He's a thicker physique. That would look great. Yeah. See, that's the thing. And I was no, and I never see anybody really in those costumes. That's why I was like, I like that idea. I definitely, I would love to be in a group of like body positive people. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. Like, people are like, spandex isn't forgiving. And I'm like, okay, well, let's pad the suit. Like, let's get the stuff that is going to make us look good and feel good in that suit. You know what I mean? We don't have to be the skinny twinks from the show. We can be the thick babies. Well, not babies, but you know what I mean. The thickums. But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to this one in August, and I feel like this is gonna. I should treat it like a big grand finale. Like the big shebang. And I love California. It's in Pasadena. Pasadena's beautiful, great food there. And so I think I'm gonna do that, and I think I'm gonna reserve that hotel sooner than later. But oh, you guys are too nice. You're too nice in here. You're too nice. Be like on my work YouTube videos and be mean. My shoes, my gold shoes I wore for my video, I was like, they're not gonna charge. Someone was asking, was there a tribute to Jason David Frank there? There was a big giant banner that had like his picture and all this stuff on there for him. So there was a nice little nod to that in there. And I thought they like dedicated the event to him maybe or something like that. But yeah. So when I was in a better physique to wear a Power Ranger suit, so I actually have like a full Power Rangers like red Beast Morpher suit. I just don't have the helmet, but I have everything else for that suit. The problem is I ordered it again when we were in the lockdown, and now I don't even think I can get the zipper teeth to touch. Because if you're not familiar, that one's like a leather pleather costume. Those ones aren't the traditional spandex. So there's no give. But I never even got to wear it because I like outgrew it already. But I would love to do that one too. But what I would typically wear when I was dressed like the Power Rangers is a couple items, and I'm going to be completely honest about everything. Everything here. So some of it may be TMI, some of it may not be. But a lot of people, they say dancer's belts is a big thing. That's what the Rangers are wearing the suits because private parts and whatnot. I cannot wear that, so I do not wear that. But I have I'm starting from like the skin up to tell you everything that goes on. So I have a foam. It's basically what underwear models wear so that they're not like it's not profuse. Like so I have a thing like that that goes on. So I put on my underwear model thing, and then I put on underwear, and then I have another garment that I wear that goes up because my butt is not as round as one would think a Power Rangers would be, I guess. So I have this thing. So it's like so there's two elements of like a suctioning in to smooth everything out. So this thing that I wear that goes down, it has like a little bit of like extra cushion for my butt. So um no shame there, no shame there. It also prevents the suit from going right up my crack. So there's that thing, like a little fake tushy, and then that like kind of pulls up to like about here, but so it acts as like Spanx as well. And then I have a compression like tank top that literally is like Spanx too, that like I pull down and that one goes over the top of that. And then I will put on I had like a shirt, but I'm thinking about doing, because if you've watched any of the last couple like modern seasons of the show, when they morph, they have like another suit under their suit. So I think they're wearing like, I don't want to call it like a compression suit. Like maybe technically it is, but it's like a onesie under the Power Ranger costume. And I think that keeps the Power Ranger costume from like, like keeps it from, seeing the folds of your clothes or the wrinkles or anything like that. So it adds this extra layer of protection. So I'm thinking about getting one of those. And and if it doesn't sound really hot right now, it does get pretty hot in there. But and you're like, how do you go to the bathroom? Well, guess what? You don't. Um, it's complicated. You go before. But yeah, so and then the costume goes on, and there's the hood, the underhood, the gloves, the boots, the belt, the helmet. It's a lot. And I can't hear anybody in the helmet. I can hear a little bit, but um yeah, so I am, yeah, so the basically my point about all that undergarment stuff is that it's so that the suit doesn't end up in where it shouldn't be for any part of, you know what I mean? You don't want to be that person. So, um, but yeah, it's this. Everybody, people who dress up, you kind of get it a little bit. It's just that serious level where you're like, is this fun? But then you take a picture and you're just like, it's one of those weird things where you're like, wow, I don't know. It's like kind of surreal. So, oh, let me show you this photo I took this weekend. Oh my gosh, I updated my phone, and constantly every time I open everything, it's just like nonstop. Um. Anyway, hold on. Let me get this photo sent to my computer because I'm super ill prepared tonight, and I can hear my dogs walking around. So I'm sure you can hear that clicky clacky of their little nose. I feel like little feet. They're like the ASMR of these videos always. They're like that girl with the soda can. Hold on, 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 hold on. Here it is. Here's the picture. So I did one photo op. I was gonna do Kelson Henderson. So if you don't know who Kelson Henderson is, I know this is boring for people that don't watch Power Rangers, but I'm just trying to say my excitement. Kelson Henderson has been in like 10 seasons of Power Rangers. I mean, I don't know if it was 10, but he's been on the show for like repeatedly in different roles over the years, and he was in Cosmic Fury at the end and everything. And he lives in New Zealand too. I saw him at Hollywood Studios on Thursday, and he was like eating with his family, and I was like, a couple people came up to me. There was like one lady that said hi to me and Craig, and then we took a picture with her, and then there was another couple here and another couple here, and it was great. And then after that, I was just like, "I'm sorry to bother you," I like yelled out. I was just like, "I love your work," and I pointed at my arm because I have that big Power Rangers tattoo, and I was just like, "Oh my god, I'm that creep who just did that." Like I love when people do it to me, but he was also like eating, and I was just like, "Ooh, why'd I do that?" Also, you're like an actor, and I know historically the actors, I feel like they get that a lot more, but I don't know. Maybe it made him feel cool in front of his family. I hope it did. Um, Oh, you know what, Timothy? I like your train of thought. He's saying all the more reason to stay at the hotel. You come out for the photos and you can go change into the civilian look. That's true too. Less hauling stuff around everywhere. Um, oh, have I mic'd my helmet? I didn't even think of doing that. This is a very important question by Rizzy Lizzy. And the pads hide the butt sweat too? I said butt just because I don't want the video to get flagged. They do. I feel like I've never worn a suit where there was sweat. Like I couldn't see sweat anywhere. Um, but so let me show you this photo right here. Yeah, it's breathable. Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me right now. Sorry. Hold on 1 second. God. I just cannot wait for the day where I have a room that I can close a door and it's all four walls are surrounded by me and I'm going to put up noise, like padding everywhere so the outside world just disappears when I'm up here. So these are the Dino Fury crew. Hunter here, she's actually has her elder helmet behind me because she becomes the Red Ranger in Dino Fury. But I dressed as Billy because this is Billy's outfit when he's there. And I walked up and they knew who I was. They were like, "Oh my god!" They were like, "That's the jacket that we laid on Javier's arm when it got blown off." And I was just like, "Oh, it's so cool." So I was happy they knew who I was. I was worried they were going to be like, "Oh, okay." They were very nice. I will say that Chance and Jordan were incredibly like personable and so nice, so nice. They like talk to you. Sometimes you meet people and I feel like they're not talking to you, they're talking around you. So they talked to me, and I appreciate that very much. I'm not saying that Hunter didn't, but they specifically, I feel like Jordan, they were very engaged. But they're also like new to this whole thing. But I thought that picture came up pretty good, right? That was pretty good, and it was like so like a photo op at their table with all three would have been like the same price basically as that one photo. So I was just like, why not do the professional photo op? Then I don't have to like trust somebody else. I've done the photo ops at tables before for a lot of the Power Rangers I've met because it is cheaper. But then so many times it's just been like the photos aren't good because you're like, my friend was like blind. I'm like, girl, get glasses. This photo's terrible. And my friend Andrew introduced me to Hunter after too, and I was just like, I think we share a post office. And I was like, oh God, I just became that person. Well, gang, what are we going to talk about tonight? I feel like busy week. I I'm on the. I feel like I'm on the last episode of Star Trek Lower Decks. I know I'm way behind. I started to try and power through the rest of Loki. Don't talk about it in the chat, because I'm on the second episode and it was very confusing. So I'm like, but I hear it. I hear good things. So I'm like, but I don't want to get any spoilers. So that's the show I'm going to try and get through the next. I started watching Bob's Burgers, and I think I said it in the last live stream, but the Bob's Burgers episode about regular size Rudy was like so emotional, and it was so good. So if you're not watching that, definitely watch that. I love Bob's Burgers. And now the actors' strike is hopefully coming to an end, and we can start getting our shows back sooner than later, unless we miss this whole season, or is it just going to be like weird and off for a while? So I don't know. No, sorry guys. Sorry. So because I'm in a loft and then the ceiling goes like this, whenever there's sound downstairs, it like amplifies up here. So I always assume everybody can hear it, but it also throws me off when there's a lot of like commotion around me, and so it's just that weird thing. But I appreciate the feedback about that. Yet. David, yes, I have seen the Marvels, and I actually really liked it. I I thought it was nice. I liked the tone of it. It was a very just like fun, breezy, easy, and good. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why I wasn't doing. I don't know. I mean, I thought the previews are very indicative of what it was, and so I don't know. I'm like, I feel like I enjoyed it. I didn't like the first Captain Marvel very much, to be honest with you. Like I felt like this was perfect because it had um like Brie Larson had these other people to play off with, and you got a little bit of everybody. Imani, is that her name? The Ms. Marvel girl is a gem in the MCU. That girl, it cannot be in enough stuff. When there are people that are perfectly cast in the world, like Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, it's like this girl is perfect, like so good. Yes, everybody does need to watch What We Do in the Shadows, of course. Oh my God, I saw the word Ghosts announced. They'll be back February 15th. Yes, I love Ghosts. That's a show I just finished watching, and that was so fun. What We Do in the Shadows, loved it, loved it. Everybody should watch it. It's on Hulu. It's on Hulu. D is watching season 2 of Behind the Attraction. I've heard good things about that. Um, I don't know. I mean, obviously, like I like Abbott Elementary, so I'm looking forward to that coming back. I like the Connors, so I'm looking forward to that coming back. I'm trying to think of like the funny. It was a lot of like funny shows I was watching. Um, and I'm excited for Stranger Things season 5 to start filming too. So, holiday plans. Yes, I am going to be spending Thanksgiving with my best friend Kim, who lives in Milwaukee. She is currently um, on like a journey, a road trip back. She went to a wedding in Austin, one of her good friends. And I'm kind of jealous because I saw all the guest list, and I'm like, oh, I love all these people that are there. But I have, sorry, my nose. I know it's running, but my nose is so itchy right now too. I'm in that weird mode where like when I get out of the shower in the morning, I always moisturize, but it was like that weird day where I was like, well, my skin didn't feel dry enough, but then I know this always ends up happening. I don't know about anybody else. I'll get dry like right here, and then like right here, and then I get dry like above my eyebrows. But then that's also where I end up breaking out if I over moisturize. So it's like these are my driest areas right there. But yeah, I am excited for the return of these shows. So I am going to Milwaukee, and I don't know if I'm driving or flying. Originally I thought I was driving and taking the dogs, but now I'm thinking I might have to just like fly up because like my friend who I've talked about before, there's some stuff going on up there, and so I kind of want to make it like the easiest, most stress-free environment, and I want to maximize how much time I can spend with her as well. So definitely going to be going to do that, and then I'll be coming back here. I'll be at the Magic Kingdom Christmas party on Thursday night this week as well. If anybody's out there, you want to say hi, please flag me down. Oh, Trey, you've never been to Austin? Austin is like, I know there's a perception about Texas, and like Austin is sort of like, it's still inherently Texas, but it's like one of those places where you're like, this city is cool, and you can find anything. It's that whole thing. It's that keep Austin weird, and it's very true. But it's great. So it's a really good time. Rizzy Lizzie is saying there's a British ghost. Yeah. So the American show is based on a British TV show, which I think is already over. But I saw the previews for it the other day where like CBS is going to be airing it. So, and I think like instead of it being like a Viking, I think they have like a caveman or something like that. So, excuse me. But yeah. How's it? How are you all doing out here? How's it going? I feel like I'm gonna put up. I got some lights, so I know whence last we spoke, I had gotten these lights for back here that I said weren't gonna work. So I did get. I went back and got battery powered ones. I checked specifically, and I'm gonna try and put those up. I might do that after we're done with the live stream. So hopefully I'll be able to like decorate this a little bit. But the kind of the lights where I'm like, I'm just gonna leave them up after that because I love like little lighting like that, like decorative lighting and stuff. And I need another like light or lamp on the loft because this wall, like right outside of my little corner here, it's like dark over here, and I can't see. And I'm just like, I need like a ring light that I can clip on up there or something like that I can plug in. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't want to live in this place anymore. So I'm not sure. Like it's that double-edged sword of investing to find your comfort while also trying to be like, I don't want to make myself more comfortable because I want to beat it. Have I done any shopping for the holidays? No, but I did do a work-related shopping video today at the new holiday tribute store. So that doesn't count. I got a Mushu plush for my niece, and because I saw it at the Ranger Stop convention. There was somebody who had like a bunch of Disney merchandise, and there was two Mushus in there, and I wanted both of them, but this other girl grabbed the one before me. Because you never see Mushu stuff, and I got like that. I've gotten like somebody like one thing, so I'm very limited shopping. I would say very limited shopping. I haven't been thinking about it too much, but um, yeah, I am going to be painting some stuff again. So I've got I wanted to do a couple like holiday paintings and stuff, but I just wanted to let you know. I know I said it before, but it's like literally I wrote it out into my schedule this week, into my notes. So you will be seeing some updates on some paintings and whatnot as we go here. Um, so I think once I get into it, once I start, it'll be so much easier. But yeah, what else am I doing this week? Let me tell you guys. Any news on the moving front? Not yet. It's just a weird holding pattern. So, oh, hold on. I was like, I don't have this tomorrow. I wrote my schedule out wrong. Yeah, tomorrow I'm doing that Alice in Wonderland bar. So there will be a video up on this channel at some point this week, I think, maybe towards the weekend, where I'll like kind of be taking you through that experience, hopefully. And then next week I can talk about the tiki bar that I went to with my friend Tigarette and Mickey's Your Spirit Animal in here. Called Permanent Vacation, that's in Winter Park. It's technically listed as Maitland, but it is definitely in what I would call Winter Park because it's across the street from the Enzion movie theater at the Copper Rocket, but they're not the same location, but they are. So I don't know. My dogs, how old are my dogs? My dogs are already turned 10 in September, so he's 10 in 2 months, and Rocket will turn 9 in January is the estimated date of birth because he was a rescue. They found him in the woods. So I've had Rocket since they said he was 7 months old. I think he was older than that, but they two different vets said 7 months, so I'll believe them. And I've had Artie in my life since Artie was 9 months old. So yeah, I had Artie for a little over a year before I got Rocket, because Artie had come from a house that had 2 other dogs in it. So I was like, oh, I feel like he's sad and he wants other dogs. And I'm like, he likes Rocket, like he gets along with Rocket. They have a very specific relationship, but he hates other dogs. And I feel like it's because Rocket was a little pushy in the beginning. Because Rocket was like borderline a feral dog when I got him. So he's come a long way, and he's just such a sweetheart, and I love him so much. But yeah. Okay, do I buy gifts for the babies? Yeah, of course. Oh my God, I get them stuff all the time, but they will definitely have Christmas presents. It will be definitely new toys, squeakies. The bigger the squeaks, the louder the squeaks, the better. But yeah. So actually, in here there is David saying, "Am I the only one who has an unhealthy relationship with deviled eggs at Thanksgiving?" You know what, gang? I feel like we're getting there. Oh, here are Brian and TJ now. I was too late, gang. I was already talking about you earlier. I was talking about your live stream and you talking about Jollywood Nights and everything like that and things. So, but I was saying we'll probably talk about Jollywood Nights more. My work on the Diz Unlimited tomorrow. Do I think it has potential to be a good event, or do I find it needs too many fixes to save it? I think like the short and simple of it is that it feels like a lot of stuff that could have just been daytime stuff. You know what I mean? Which you could argue is true for any of the parks, but I just feel like it's using an old fireworks show that used to be free to the public. Free to the public. You know what I mean? It was included in your park admission. So it's not new, and it's exclusive to the party this year, but it's not new. And the show is new. Those 2 shows are new, but really that Nightmare Before Christmas show should just be in there all from like August through January. That should be our version of Haunted Mansion Holiday. And then the other show that took over Beauty and the Beast, I mean, that one show doesn't warrant a party. So at that point, it's like the right idea is there, but that should be a holiday offering. And then the food should just be available all the time. So, especially when the fact that the two biggest things you sold your event on, which was the Tip Top Club and the jazzy holidays at Brown Derby, were just I, I don't know how you make a poster for an event and then it just feels like false advertising. Like it was one of those things where really I don't want to do it because it was like a work paper thing, but if I had paid my own money, I would have. I think about halfway through the night, I would have went to guest relations and asked for a refund. So, but here's what I want to ask everybody in the chat right now. I know that we're about a week and a half away from Thanksgiving. And I feel like I want to ask some like what do you all have? Like, what are your must-have dishes? Do you have fun and creative stuff you throw out on the table? Are there things that you're like, I know it's weird, but not everybody has it? Like my like family's Thanksgiving. There's always like a lasagna, and you're like, a lasagna. I feel like that's the one that's like sort of the curveball, where I'm sure like a lot of people do have it, but it just is one of those where you're like, turkey, mashed potatoes, carrots, green bean casserole, macaroni, baked macaroni and cheese, pies, lasagna. It just feels like a little bit of a weird out of nowhere thing, but I love it. That's the thing. Especially if it's my grandmother's recipe. Hers is the best lasagna. I'm very picky about lasagna. It's all in the sauce, baby. The sauce and the right amount of cheese used in that. But I'm just curious if you have like fun cocktails or like fun dishes that you do. Are you like prepping? I read a thing on like CNN. I saw a post on CNN that like last week they were like, if you need to start prepping for Thanksgiving now, and I was like, just like, what? But yeah, I'm choosing to go to my best friend's because we had a great time there last time, and I wanted to. She wants to do the What We Do in the Shadows theme Thanksgiving, so expect a lot of video while I'm up there. I'll be doing live stream, and I'll probably be taking you to a couple places. I want to do a little bit more of that, but and then I want to get Kim involved in like a drink video or something like that, and I want to do like little bits while we're all in our costumes from What We Do in the Shadows. So we'll see. Uh-oh, John's 3 weeks away from turning 30. Get ready to join that club, baby. Um, Stuffing. Okay, so here's the thing. My grandmother makes incredible stuffing, but it's not like bread stuffing. It's a meat stuffing, and it's just like it's so good. I think that where she grew up, she had a Portuguese people that like lived underneath her or something like that. So I think she learned to cook a lot of like Portuguese dishes and stuff like that. And so I think there's a lot of linguiça used in a lot of things. It's not in the stuffing, but um, oh, Diane's saying corned pudding and fried chicken. Corn pudding. See, I'm interested in this corn pudding you speak of. Is it like cream corn? Is it? I don't know. What's Steve making? I'm making chicken roll-ups with stuffing, mashed potatoes, cream corn, and a homemade pumpkin pie. That sounds good. You try a new dish each year. Oh, that's a good idea. Last year was bacon hot honey Brussels sprouts. Whoa, that sounds delicious. Oh, Trey, this sounds good too. Trey's saying I used to make the apple sangria for Thanksgiving. Maybe I should break that out this year. Used to make a fall sangria that was so good. I loved it. Oh, okay. I'm not the only one. As an Italian, we usually have lasagna with my mom's side. No one in my we're not Italian. That's why I think maybe it feels like a little bit of a curveball. Um, Mom's recipe for stuffing always. Yep, yep. My mom's sweet potato casserole is always a big hit, and I love that. Um, Oh, okay. Well, this is an important question. Do the corgis have treat restrictions? This is Megan from Kentucky, and I have an insatiable need to give pups treats. Um, so Artie does. Artie he's on an SEO diet because he gets kidney stones, so he can only have that stuff. But Rocket is a Terminator sent to us from the future, so he can eat everything. Um, you know, Oh my God, Keith, I see your comment about the party. Jesus. Um, yeah. I agree with a lot of what you guys are saying about the party in here too. Again, I don't want to talk about it on this channel too much. Work-related stuff. Remember that. I like to keep a nice division. Also, get ready. We are going to do a Friendlies review. That's happening. Um, I had to show my friend Brian because he had never seen it. He didn't know what I was talking about when I said the watermelon cake. And I was like, girl, come on now. We do White Castle stuffing. What is White Castle stuffing? Is that like the White Castle burger? Okay, Rizzy Lizzy. One thing I always need at Thanksgiving, my favorite beer, Celebration by Sierra Nevada. Okay, girl, if you are coming to Disney's Hollywood Studios at all, that's on tap right now. That's their seasonal beer. I had it the other day. I had it for. Oh yeah, it hasn't released yet. It wasn't the other day. It was last week. Craig is going to be on the next one of my Tap House talk shows. So your grandmother sounds like my hero. Thank you. Um, oh, this one. We have baked beans that are cooked for 3 days in a pot underground. I feel like that's unusual. Yeah, the underground part sounds a little barbarian, as in the movie Barbarian, not barbaric. Um, a little. It puts the lotion in the basket. It adds the ketchup to the beans, otherwise it gets the hose. Um, I mean, I'm from Boston. I know baked beans is like a big deal, baby. Meat stuffing. You heard that right. Um, oh my God, what? Trey's saying, does anyone ever do the dressing with the oysters and whatnot? What are you even talking about? Dressing? Like oysters like on a shell? Jay says we don't host. I mean, doesn't that make life easier? But I make gluten-free stuffing, gravy, and a dessert, so I know I can have some. I mean, yeah, you got to watch out for yourself. Okay, this sounds good too. I do a dessert called Cherry Delight, graham cracker bottom. I love a graham cracker crust. I love a graham cracker bottom. Dream Whip and cherry comstock. Oof, sounds good. Okay, so here's the thing about like desserts. Um, I feel like I like pumpkin pie. I like grasshopper pie. My grandmother made that for me a couple of years, and I was like, I'm not doing it anymore. It's too hard. I don't like other pies. I don't think like apple pie sometimes, but it's like a consistency thing. Like I love apples, and I love that flavor profile of an apple pie, but like it's so messy. It falls apart. It doesn't really hold. So you're like the only thing that holds shape is like pumpkin pies, cheesecakes, things like that. I don't like a pie that falls that like you cut it and it's just like blah, blah, blah. Like I don't know. Ooh, Corey's saying I make a broccoli cheese casserole that is so yummy. God, me constantly rubbing my nose is really good content out here. Okay, hold on, Sadie. Spam cubes in duck fat and cabbage with caraway seeds. What? I love. Here's the thing. In my adult life now, I have become obsessed with using spam and stuff. Obviously, cook spam. But I love. There will always be at least 2 cans of spam in my cabinet. I love spam with musubi. I love it. I love it so much. I need to. Did I show you guys what I do lately? I saw it on like Instagram. Is that? So if you get Kewpie mayo, which is the Japanese mayonnaise, which I found at Target in Massachusetts of all places, not at the one here in Orlando, which is weird, but Kewpie mayo. And this is if you eat a tuna fish sandwich, which I do because that's what we grew up eating. So you do the Kewpie mayo with the tuna. First of all, wait, I'm starting this wrong. You need the nori. And nori is the seaweed paper that you would do for sushi. And you're gonna need some sticky white rice. And you are gonna need furikake, which you can usually get in an Asian market. You can order them on Amazon, but they like come in like bulk or like variety packs, so it ends up being like expensive, and it's not really an expensive thing, but it's a seasoning. Okay, and if you don't have that, you can use salt and pepper to kind of sub in there. But you use Japanese mayonnaise with the tuna. You lay out the sheet, you put the rice in, you add the seasoning, you add the tuna, you add the rice, and then you roll it all up, and then you eat this, and it's so good. I know it's weird, not weird. I saw a little kid eating it. What a God, my God, I'm having brain issues right now. I can't think. I forget what it was called. It's the big seaweed thing. Oh my god, I feel like such an idiot. Someone's gonna say it in here. I'm gonna be like, "Yep, that's it." Hmm. John saying, "When do I need to be in town for the Friendlies review?" I'll check with you before when I'm thinking about it. Okay. Disney Gal was the back to the White Castle thing. Take White Castle burgers and make them into stuffing. Okay, that's cool. Oh, okay. So Trey is saying here, actually, this made me think, I should make some more of that cranberry cocktail syrup and send you some. I think the last time I made that, the cranberry were from Carver. Um, I did syrups last year as like some gifts for people too. I did a pear syrup, I did a cranberry syrup, and I did, oh God, what was the other one? I did the Earl Grey one too, but here's the thing. So at IKEA, they have those 3 tiny little bottles that have like the little pop thing, the like, plastic cork thing on top of it. I don't know what those type of bottles are called. But you can make it in there. And the thing is, when you make a homemade syrup, it doesn't last very long. I think it only lasts for a week, or two or something like that. But make it make it like right before Christmas Eve or before your holiday Eve or on the day of your holiday celebration, and serve it with some mimosas. Because that pure syrup and a mimosa, girl, that'll change your life. Change your friggin' life. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Sorry, I'm scrolling through. Oh my god. Wait, you guys saw I figured out the balloons, right? Like, hold on. Oh, is it not working anymore? I'm supposed to do this. Hold on. It's like, oh, it's not working. It did it the other day. Oh my god. Oh, they're turned off now in here. Okay, ready? Oh my god. I feel like an idiot now. Hold on. Are they not going to do it? Remember the balloons? And I was like, do you guys see the balloons? There were the balloons. Okay. I thought this one was supposed to be like lasers. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Jeez Louise. The lasers, the hearts. Oh my god, that looks like a butt. I can't do it. It's a terrible butt. Heart. And then there's like peace. Was this the balloons already? I already did that one. But 2 of them is confetti. Okay. Oh, well, all right. We're turning them back off though. Because they were like doing it nonstop the other last week. But oh, I love apple crisp. Apple crisp is my jam. I want to do something. Okay, so here's the thing. I love elevated bar food. I love not bar food. Well, yeah, bar food. I like food, like common food served in an interesting and different way. Does that make sense? Like when people are like fried mac and cheese bites, I'm like, okay, you took macaroni and cheese and you added like that crust and you gave it new life, right? Um, I feel like there's things like that. Trey actually just mentioned one here that I think sounds really cool. Use the leftovers for poutine instead of doing like the sandwich or whatever. So you do some fries, put it on top of there with the gravy and the cheese curds and stuff. Girl, that's a great idea. Oh my God, what? 3 hours from Milwaukee is the world famous and only Spam Museum. It was invented here in Minnesota. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to do that. That's a video someday. I'm gonna sneeze, so I'm gonna muted. Sorry about that. Okay, I got a question. If I'd seen Flowers of the Killer Moon yet, I have not. I do want to watch it though. I haven't been in the movies in so long. Obviously the Marvels was my first one, but like literally since August, I haven't seen a movie in the movie theater, and that's like mind blowing to me that I went 2 months without seeing a movie. Da, 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 da. Guys, I just love that we have this chat going in here, and I love that people are always like, Oh my God, Diana's onto it. Stuffing waffles. I have that tiny little personal waffle maker, that Dash waffle maker that was like $10 at Target. I mean, it's probably not the best one for you. You probably want the full-size one with the clamp, but that is a great idea. Oh my God, I'm like really into that. I freaking love that idea. And I'm doing the Spam Museum someday. I'm adding it to the list. Pucking. I gotta do it. I gotta do it. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna call it. If you okay, I'm gonna stop in at 9:50. So we've got about 8 minutes. So ask me any questions you want to ask me, now, or bring up anything like that. Sorry, this one was a little lower energy. I just, like I said, I was feeling like a little crummy. Um, I just, thank you for tuning in and giving me. I said it last week, but you all just make me feel a little more, you know, feel better. I always feel better. Whatever I'm feeling, I feel better after I do one of these, and I feel like you guys are all very good, cathartic experience for that. So I really do appreciate that. Um, yeah, I did like the Marvels. I did enjoy it. I would recommend it. I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was fun. That's all I wanted. It was fun. The Pinball Wizard. Japanese make shredded cabbage carrot and Japanese mayo in a waffle. Ooh, okay. That sounds interesting. Okay, this is an important question right here. Hold on. This is going to open a whole can of worms. Hopefully not a can of worms. It's going to open a whole box of cereal. That's what I should have said. Boom, nailed it. Favorite cereal. This is where I should make like a YouTube poll or something like that. For me, I think that the best cereal there is Cinnamon Toast Crunch, the normal one. Um, I just love it, but I don't have it that often. One, because I don't want to be diabetic, and it makes me shake when I have it. But I love it. I love Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I love the flavor profile of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So anytime that's anything anywhere, I'm on it. I think Fruity Pebbles is also delicious. It's crazy how the milk and the cereal and the spoon just become as one. It's like art. And then I am a fan of peanut butter Captain Crunch as well. And I like regular Captain Crunch. I'm going to be honest with you. Remember when, I don't know if Planet Hollywood still does it. Remember when they did the Captain Crunch chicken? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm like sniffing and everything like that. I hate doing that. It's gross. Oh, John and I can have cereal together. Count Chocula, good answer. Good answer. I need to see some more answers in here. Oh, we got to get ready for those Black Friday deals too. I just realized that. I got to get my movie list ready, but Cult of Pebbles, I love that. Yeah. Honey Nut Cheerios. Here's the thing. I mean, that was my go-to cereal because that one helps lower your cholesterol, and it's like a heart healthy cereal. Oh God. French toast. Well, John, here's the thing. John's saying Fruity Pebbles can kick rocks. It's too soggy. Fruity Pebbles is like a challenge. You know, the milk goes in and you're like, go, 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 go. You know what I mean? Like it's gotta, that's what I always felt like. It's not one that you could pour the milk, walk away, and come back to. You know what I mean? Like some of those you have that window where you're like, okay, I can put the milk back, it's okay. But the Fruity Pebbles is like, you gotta have it in your spoon as the milk is pouring. Peanut butter Captain Crunch is underrated. Totally. I agree with you. Tricks for kids. I'm okay with that. Lucky Charms. We're okay with that. No, here's the thing. Okay. David says, I'm not fun. I love Raisin Nut Bran. Okay, here's the thing about Raisin Bran that I think I actually do love it. Is like, I don't have a lot of raisins in my life. I don't know. Not since I was a kid, really, I feel like. But there's something about Raisin Bran where it's like the search for the raisin when you're eating it that I'm always like, and you throw in the nuts in there? I'm just like, it's good. I like it. Don't be ashamed. Corn Pops, they don't do it for me. Blueberry, hello. Honey Nut is my hearty cereal to go to. Oh, This is very nice. These lives make me feel like I'm hanging out with friends and less lonely, and I can just listen and don't feel pressure to join in on a conversation. I appreciate you in this community so much. Well, I appreciate you for being here. I want everybody out there to know that. I mean, even those of you who aren't in the chat. I mean, we use the chat as like the conversation starter. You're kind of all the sparks out there to my rock. And then I feel like it's okay to sit back and just enjoy. You don't have to participate. It's just, it's for those of you out there who aren't in the chat, who don't get in the chat, I appreciate you just as much as everybody else. Don't you feel less than. We're all here together. We're all in this together. We're all in this together, everyone. Who doesn't remember Mr. T cereal? Has no one seen Pee Wee Herman in here? Who drinks the milk after the cereal is gone? Excuse me, I feel like that's a requirement. We do not waste milk in this house. Also, I actually don't really drink milk anymore. I drink oat milk. I'm that person. I got weird about the cows for a hot second. I don't really eat red meat either. It was that like methane was like destroying the world and the ozone, and I think like that got fixed or whatever. But I mean, I'll have a burger sometimes. Where did I have it? I had a burger recently, actually. I had a burger in Massachusetts, but then like I had a burger somewhere else. Like I split one. I think it was with Craig. I did like half of one. I forgot what he got. I don't remember. I don't know what we were doing. This will tear the roof off your mouth, the mouth up. But does anyone love O's? Talking about tearing the roof off your mouth. That's regular Captain Crunch. That man has 90 degrees square angles made of razor blades. But here's the so I do think about trying to do that Planet Hollywood chicken where you like crush it up, you fry it, you make the chicken using the using Captain Crunch. Oh God, now I'm really hungry. My partner and I usually start watching your lives while we make dinner and then continue watching while we eat, but we were early tonight, which is why we watched this. Oh, that's cute. Oh my God, yes. Rest in peace, Ghostbusters cereal. Okay, except for apparently when Ghostbusters Afterlife came back, some um, some grocery stores had Ghostbusters cereal again, but it never came anywhere around here. I know some guy who lives somewhere around here got it, but I was so jealous. Also, can we talk about that trailer real quick for Ghostbusters Frozen Empire? I'm not in love with the title, but I am very excited for this. And I literally was watching it and I was just like, okay, this looks like an episode of the cartoon show, which I was in love with, so I am all for it. And then I read that they said that was what they set out to do, is that they were like the cartoon show was a point of reference for them. And I'm like, oh my God, finally they're gonna get Ghostbusters right. Not finally. I mean, I like Afterlife and stuff. I feel like there was that idea where they were like, my problem with the female-led one, which like I still have it, I watch it, is that I don't know if it's like trying to reinvent it, and I was like, I don't need a reinvention. I just needed you to could have been in the same universe, and you were just new Ghostbusters or something. You know what I mean? Like I don't. Not everything has to be like this thing. It's just different story, different settings, whatever. I'm very excited though, very excited, and maybe that'll get us back our Ecto Cooler, High C, and our Ghostbusters cereal. That's all I care about. Speaking of Ghostbusters, that trainer looks awesome. What's a trainer? I mean, it's this thing. I love that cast. I love Paul Rudd, who my mother says was miscast in the first one. I'm like, girl, get out of here. Can I say hi to Sophie, please? Hello, Sophie. How are you? I can't wait. Frankenberry is the best Halloween cereal, and it's not up for debate. Girl, you are correct. You are 100% correct. I have this monstrous box of cereal over here that I really should throw away because it was bought for that anniversary thing. And I was like, I don't need to save this. And I left the cereal in here by accident. So I realized that when I've been going through everything, and I'm like, and it's the mix of Boo Berry, Count Chocula, Frankenberry, Fruit Brute, and Fruity Yummy Mummy. Fruit Brute. Never used enough. Why? I'm not against them having that new, because there's no girls in this group. So it was like, but why did she join the group and then the werewolf's not in it? The mummy and the werewolf took a back seat. I don't care for that. Also, it's weird that they made her something that's going to immediately feel dated. Whereas, like, these guys are like, that sort of, like, classic look. I'm not saying she couldn't. I'm not saying she couldn't be young. I'm not saying she couldn't be a girl. It was just a weird decision to make her a DJ. Well, I guess all these guys are playing instruments, so maybe she does fit in. I would have liked a saxophone player. That's all I'm saying. Gang. All right. I'm gonna go to bed. Not bed. I'm gonna clean up. I gotta like rearrange some stuff and pick up here. And because I was so chaotic, I was just like throwing stuff everywhere. And I feel like the little bit of organization I had going, went to hell in a handbasket. So I've got to get back to that. But I appreciate you all very much. I thank you all for your continued support. Those of you who participate in the chat, and those of you who don't. I'm very happy that you're here. Thank you for that. Those of you who watch live, those of you who watch later, I'm not forgetting about you. I very much appreciate it. I'm sorry. I try to keep that in mind with the people who watch later. It's just hard to. That's why it's. I don't know. It's hard. That's why I want to do the edited videos as well, because I feel like those might be easier for people who watch later, and the lives might be easier for people who are watching like live. But that's that. Next week is the Monday before Thanksgiving, and I will most likely be in Milwaukee or on my way to Milwaukee at that point. So I will still try and have this next Monday night. I'm just saying I will. There might be a chance it might be a different night, but if I can get it to work, I'll have it. Don't worry. So you're all great. You're all amazing. Thank you for that support and everything. And yeah, we gotta do one. I feel like I should start thinking about like stuff we're gonna talk about later down the road. Like I know we talked about like food items for Thanksgiving, but like we should get into like holiday traditions. We should get into fun gifts that we think are like we recommend for people. The kind where you're like, oh, this would be a great one. Go buy 3 of these and keep them around because there's gonna be somebody you forgot or a holiday party or a thing like that. I think we need to help each other out like that this year. So appreciate you all. And yeah, have a great night, and I'll see you all soon. Bye, everyone.